The communication process. Communication is a complex and essential phenomenon in human life, as it enables the transfer of information, ideas, and emotions between individuals. Through history, communication has evolved from simple gestures to sophisticated systems of information exchange that span multiple media. Understanding the communication process is crucial for improving human interaction and resolving issues related to misunderstanding and lack of clarity. Components of the communication process. The communication process consists of several essential elements that interact with each other to allow the exchange of information. These components are: sender, the person who initiates the communication process by sending a message. The sender must have a clear idea of what they want to communicate and select the most appropriate channel to convey their message. Message, the information, idea, or feeling to be communicated. It can be verbal, spoken or written words, or non-verbal gestures, facial expressions, tone, or voice. Channel, the medium through which the message is transmitted. Channels can be direct, such as face-to-face conversation, or indirect, such as email or phone call. Receiver, the person who receives the message. The receiver must interpret and understand the message received, which can be influenced by their own context, experiences, and perceptions. Feedback, the receiver's response to the sender's message. Feedback allows the sender to know if their message was understood correctly and can consist of a verbal response and action and non-verbal signal. Noise, any interference that can distort or prevent the correct interpretation of the message. Noise can be physical, such as environment noise, physical, such as voices of distractions, or semantic, such as the use of confusing or ambiguous terms. Stage of the communication process. The communication process can be divided into several sequential stages, each of which is crucial to enduring effective communication. Encoding. The sender converts their ideas, thoughts, or feelings into an encoded message using a language or symbol understandable to the receiver. This step involves careful selection of words, gestures, and other means to convey the message clearly and precisely. Transmission. The encoded message is sent through the chosen channel. The choice of the channels is important as it can influence the clarity and effectiveness of the communication. For example, a face-to-face conversation might be more effective than discussing sensitive topics, while an email may be appropriate for formal or detailed communications. Reception. The receiver receives the message through the utilized channel. This step involves the active attention of the receiver and their willingness to interpret the received message. Decoding. The receiver interprets the received message, converting it back into ideas, thoughts, or feelings. Decoding can be influenced by factors such as a prior knowledge, cultural context, and personal experience of the receiver. Feedback. The receiver responds to the message, providing the sender with information of how the message was received and interpreted. Feedback can help clarify misunderstanding and adjust future communication to improve understanding. Communication barriers. Various barriers can hinder the communication process, preventing the message from being transmitted and interpreted correctly. Some of these barriers are: physical barrier. Environmental factors such as noise, distance, and physical obstacles can interfere with the transmission and reception of the message. Physiological barrier. Biases, emotions, and attitudes of the sender or receiver can distort the message or hinder its interpretations. Semantic barriers. The use of words or symbols that are not understood in the same way by the sender and the receiver can lead to misunderstandings. Cultural barrier. Cultural difference can affect the interpretation of gestures, expressions, and context, making communication difficult between people from different cultural backgrounds. Technical barrier. Problems related to use the technologies such as communication device, failures or lack of access to them can interrupt the communication process. Importance of effective communication. Effective communication is fundamental to the success of personal and professional relationships. Clear and precise communication can improve collaboration, foster mutual understanding, and reduce conflicts. In the workplace, good communication can increase productivity, enhance teamwork, and contribute to a positive work environment. In personal relationships, open and honest communication can strengthen emotional bonds and promote greater intimacy and trust. The communication process is a complex phenomenon involving multiple components and stages. Understanding and improving this process is essential for promoting effective interactions and resolving the challenge associated with communication. By paying attention to key elements of communication, such as encoding, decoding, and feedback, and aggressive barriers that can interfere with the process, we can improve our communication skills and ultimately our interpersonal and professional relationships.